everyone, and welcome. In today's business world, your technology can be one of two things. It's either a rocket ship for your growth, or it's an anchor holding you back. So we've got a really important question to tackle today. Is the software you depend on every single day actually limiting what your business can do? I'm an expert from WeblineIndia, and we see this scenario play out all the time. So today, we're going to dig into how modernizing that old software might just be the key to unlocking your company's real potential. And just so you know where we're coming from, here at WeblineIndia, we live and breathe this stuff. We're in the trenches every day, building custom software, mobile apps, and even diving into cutting-edge AI and automation workflows. We've just seen firsthand, time and time again, how the right tech can absolutely transform a business. And you know what? That transformation often starts by taking a hard look at the software that's been chugging along for years.
So I really want you to take a second and think about your own company. Be honest. Is your outdated software holding your business back? It can be a tough question to answer, for sure, but it's one you've got to ask. Let's explore what that actually looks like.
Okay, so first things first, we need to get on the same page. How can you even tell if your software is truly outdated? Let's start by defining what we actually mean when we say legacy systems. To put it simply, legacy systems are just old software or platforms that are still running really important parts of your business. I mean, they were probably top of the line back in the day, but now they're often built on technology that's totally obsolete. And what that means for you is they're incredibly expensive and, frankly, a huge pain to maintain. Not to mention trying to get them to talk to any modern tools, it's a real headache. So does any of this sound familiar to you? Maybe your maintenance costs are just sky high? Or maybe you're up at night worrying about security holes because the software isn't even supported anymore? What about a clunky user experience that your team just hates using, or constant performance issues that slow everything down? If you're nodding your head to any of these, trust me, you are not alone. These are all classic warning signs that it's probably time for a change.
All right, so we've kind of diagnosed the problem, but what's the upside? What happens when you make a change? Let's talk about the really good stuff. The strategic advantages you get from modernization. What's the actual reward here?
The biggest one, right off the bat, has to be security. Old, unsupported software is basically a welcome mat for cyber threats. It's just dangerous. But modern systems, they slam that door shut with advanced features like data encryption, really tight access controls, and detailed audit logs. It's all about protecting your business and, of course, your customers' data. And yeah, let's talk money. I know there's an upfront investment, but modernizing your systems can seriously slash your long-term costs. Just think about it for a second. Fewer system crashes, less need for that one super specialized and super expensive person to fix it, and a huge drop in day-to-day operational spending. That is a massive win for your bottom line. Now, this is where your teams are really going to thank you. Modern software lets you automate all those repetitive, boring tasks. You can streamline entire workflows and totally cut down on the number of manual errors. Your whole operation will just run smoother, faster, and way more accurately. I love this one because it really gets to the heart of future-proofing your business. See, legacy systems are rigid. They're stuck. They can't grow with you. Modern systems, on the other hand, are built from the ground up to be scalable. They're designed to expand right alongside your business, so you're always ready for whatever comes next. The benefits are pretty compelling, right? But that leads us to the big question. How in the world do you actually do this? What does the process even look like? Let's break down the key ways to approach modernization. The thing is, there's no magic one-size-fits-all answer here. It's really a spectrum. It could be something as simple as rehosting, which is basically just picking up your application and moving it to the cloud. Or it could be as big as a complete rebuild from scratch. And you've got all these options in between, like replatforming or refactoring. The right approach for you totally depends on your specific system, your budget, and what you're trying to achieve. Now, let's be real for a second. A project this big is not always a walk in the park. It's so important to go into this with your eyes wide open and be ready for some of the hurdles that might pop up along the way. For example, you might discover these tangled webs of dependencies, where changing one little thing over here completely breaks something over there. There's also the risk of losing some critical business rule that was never written down. It only exists in the old code. And of course, everyone worries about downtime, keeping data safe, and getting the team on board. We get it. It can feel a little daunting. But just knowing these challenges exist is the first step to beating them.
So the million-dollar question, how do you get through all those challenges and make sure your project is a huge success? Well, it all comes down to having a truly bulletproof strategy. And honestly, the single most critical piece of that strategy is this right here, finding the right technology partner. You don't have to do this alone. In fact, you really, really shouldn't. Having an experienced guide in your corner can be the one thing that separates a project that fails from one that completely transforms your business for the better. And that, of course, is where a partner like us at WeblineIndia comes in. We have decades of experience with these old legacy platforms, so we know exactly how to untangle those complex messes. We don't do cookie-cutter solutions. We build custom strategies that are tailored specifically to your goals. Our teams are experts in modern tech, and we've even perfected migration practices that aim for zero downtime. We're with you for the whole journey, from the very first audit all the way to optimizing things after you've launched. So if any of this has been resonating with you today, if you feel like your technology could be working a lot harder to help you grow, then it might just be time to start your digital transformation journey. The only question left is, are you ready? If the answer is yes, or even if you just have a few more questions, we would absolutely love to chat. You can check out our work over at WeblineIndia.com or just send a direct email to info@WeblineIndia.com. And hey, make sure you follow us on our social channels to get all the latest updates and insights from our team. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really hope this gave you a much clearer picture of what legacy software modernization is all about. If you found it helpful, do me a favor and give it a like, share it with someone you think needs to see it, and definitely subscribe to our channel for more content like this. We'll see you next time.